So I'm going to draw a couple of other folks that will probably be playing pretty big in this year, coming up 2017. So I'm going to start over here with our friend Vladimir Putin. So for those of you here last year, we did Vladimir Putin. I taught you how to do it. I bet you're really good at it now because you've been practicing all year, right? But I'm going to draw him again because he is going to be kind of a big player. And let me see if I can draw him a little bit different than last year. So he's got this kind of bowl-like head like this. I'm going to put the little slashes in for his eyes, but his nose is the fun bit. He's got a long kind of nose that goes like this, okay? And his eyes are the thing because he's got these single eyes that sit up from this underneath the shadow of his heavy brow, the brow of a KGB officer that you would expect to have a dentist drill in his pocket at any time to use on you. His hair, he's got a little kind of hand, his little pop, a little flourish of hair there. Now he's got the big nose, but to offset it, he's actually got kind of a very little mouth and a particularly little chin that goes like this, okay? Then he's got the ears of Spock from Star Trek, which is really kind of interesting. He really kind of looks like a cross between, a really bad sci-fi Martian from an old movie and Voldemort. I think their love child is this guy. Okay, so for 2017, what we're going to have him doing, we're going to have him here. He's going to be on his laptop. He's going to be working away here, and there's a couple things he could be doing. He could be hacking into any of the 9 elections that are going to be going on in 2017. Or he could just be looking for the answer for Daniel's table quiz. I'm not sure. One of those things. But either way, he's going to be up to mischief. And I suspect that will be the case, whether it's in the Middle East, militarily. He's feeling his oats with Donald Trump's election and his kind of growing acceptance of his place on the earth. So now let's go to the next guy. He's more local, Xi Jinping. He's going to be a big guy. I understand he's going to be very stable this year. That's good to know. I'm glad to hear about that. So I'm going to draw his, first I'm going to draw the shape of his head, because the shape of your head is your most distinguishing characteristic. It's the reason why you can see somebody and recognize them from a long distance. So his shape goes something like this. All right? It's some sort of fruit or vegetable. I'm not sure which one it is, but that's kind of his shape. Okay? So then we got his hair, and he's got a little widow's peak there, they call it there, okay? And I'm going to color that in there. And so the hair color is an important part of the thing, too, because your hair shape affects the shape of your head. And the women in the room know that the way you do your hair, actually, it really does affect the way that you're kind of perceived, because it can alter the shape of your head, depending on how it's done. So we got the hair in place here, and let's just do his eyes, one here like this. His eyebrows make him look like he's perpetually curious. He's got his eyes up like that. Then he's got his nose. He's got kind of a wide nose here like this. Big cheeks. And his mouth is the funny thing. It makes it look like he's had a triple dose of lime juice. It's always like this, okay? So anyway, so here's what's going to be going on with him. So here's the thing about Xi. I think that he's going to be spending an awful lot of time in the water, and the reason is it has to do with, I think, with the South China Sea, okay? And he's going to be, beginning to feel real comfortable in there. And some people consider it to be kind of a minefield, but a field kind of means that it's land. So this is not really necessarily a field. But the other bit, I think, he'll agree with, because he thinks that it's mine, okay? That's what he thinks when it comes to the South China Sea. So that's what we're going to see from him in 2017. But now this brings us to this big middle space. The perfect from the Three Stooges is now Donald Trump. So we're going to do a little thing. So you've all got your pads and your paper in front of you. And I'm going to walk you step by step on how to draw him. Now, I have to tell you, even if you think you can't draw, do this. You'll have fun. You'll surprise yourself. Because at age 6, everybody in this room was drawing. You are all cartoonists at age 6. And I think what I'd like to do is have 300 more cartoonists when we leave the room today. So I've broken this down to some very simple lines. and we'll all do this together. So the first place is to have your paper done in a portrait fashion, in a vertical fashion. We're going to start at the top, and you're going to do a smile. I want you to do a smile near the top like that, okay? So then the next thing, you're going to drop 2 vertical lines down from the smile. One goes like this, and those represent the wall that he's hoping to build between the U.S. and Mexico. And that space between those lines is the hollowness of that promise, okay, is right there. All right, so next let's do an arrow going this way, and then another arrow going like this. And that represents the 2 sides of every issue he's been on over the past 30 years in public life. All right, now beneath those 2 parallel lines, let's now do a heart. This represents his 3 marriages, okay? 3 marriages, just like that. And now we're going to go down to the heart of Donald Trump. It's an oval right there, okay? And then we're going to do 2 horizontal lines, and then fill it in with your pencil. And this is where you get, this is the therapeutic element, guys. This is where you can really pour your heart into the character like that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to employ 3 letters. They're all the same letter, the letter U, but we're going to do it 3 times. And the first one is going to go a little bit beneath it like this. That's the first letter like this. All right, we're going to do the second letter. It's going to be a little bit even further like this. And the third letter is a very Trumpian U, because this U is excellent. This U is the most amazing U. It's the most excellent. It's huge, huge, huge U. I'll tell you, it's going to be huge. It's going to be great. That's what you're going to do, a gigantic, huge U. Excellent. Good, 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 good. Now let's go up to his heart here, and let's just do a little upside down fish hook. It goes like that, one on either side like this. All right, now we got the important bit, his hair. Now comb it forward. Come up here, comb it forward. Cover that bald spot. Let's go, comb it forward just like this. Keep on going. That's it. Looking good. And then we're going to go here and just do a little flip. We need to get that little long bit in the back of his hair like this. Okay? So we've got just a couple more steps on the drawing side. So here's the other thing now. You're now going to become editorial cartoonists. And one thing, when you're an editorial cartoonist, you realize that my job and your new job is not to make people laugh, but to make people think using humor, but using it as a vehicle for message. So now we have a chance for you to deliver your own message in the cartoon. I'm going to give you 2 choices. Watch both of them, and then you can choose, when I instruct you, which one you want to do for Donald Trump. So the first one is, do you want him to be a strong man? Do you think it is good? Is he more Putin-esque? Is that the way you want him to be? If that's the case, you're going to give him a muscle. You're going to give him a Putin-style muscle. It's going to come out like this. It's going to go up sideways, and that's going to be his muscle. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is going to be simple. Just a couple of lines. The first is a little circle. Next one is a triangle. And then there's the string for the hot air balloon, okay?